want to make buterbrot. But the Reds have stolen your bread again. So, of course you make your own. Because taste of red droppings is better left for never Vadim. So, hard could it be? You just need some rainwater, some seeds for planting, and a bit of ground to grow it in. Or, okay, let's say you do not have 3 months to wait for crops to grow, and you want bread today. Блять, so you better hope your friendly neighborhood gopnik farmer Ivan has some grain left over. You just grind it to powder, and you see very nice. Ебать, probably take 3 months to make it this way. And boom, we have bread confirmation. Only take 3 days to make. Okay, давай, let's begin. Yes, Boris! For those who have no idea what is going on, we are making sourdough bread. It is like white bread, but it's not. Full instruction very simple. Sometimes even pronounced as ржаной хлеб by those Russian gopniks dancing hot bath behind your house. Fun fact, in old times when supplies were low, dirt was added to recipe, but since we're living like kings, we add meat instead. You think you know what is coming next? No, you do not. You can only guess. Ha! Boom! It is kefir! Completely optional, but I do suggest you use it if you don't want this thing to come alive. I call this the Frankenstein's monster, because you are adding essentially rye flour, some water, and some kefir, and hoping for it to come alive. And sometimes you have to wait 5 days for it. You know, life is strange. Sometimes it does not come alive. Other times it does come alive. Steal your girlfriend, move to Vladivostok, never talk to you again. Oh, this glorious stuff! Homemade meat, maybe show you how to make one day. Yes, Gopnik Workout program have double effect in January. Let me know in comments if you want to see Gopnik Workout Advanced Edition. So this is the bread starter. You only know it is ready if you small bubbles coming from inside. This means that rebel yeast is very much alive and has not been compromised by the CIA operatives. Take one pop. And only now I'm realizing how quickly this video will be demonetized. I mean, all my videos do anyway, it's no surprise. But, блять, CIA operatives, rebels and KGB, and what? Might as well see Sergey a couple of times as well. Just to make sure, you know. So, step number 45. Take some hot water. You see, it has to be at least 35, but no more than 45 degrees. Celsius. I'm not even sure how many viewers still use Fahrenheit. Write in comments, let me know, why not? So once you have made sure the temperature is about the same as in hot tub in bathhouse in Russia, then you take some more, stick it in. It not really matter how you get the hot water, maybe you heat it up, maybe you boil it and let it cool down. Maybe your apartment comes with the instant noodle tap water package. Every normal Slav home does. So for your mind we're making within about 1 liter of hot water. Or if you happen to live in the States of United America, it is about 33 fluid ounces. Now what you're looking for in this situation is that the starter mixes very well. And you see it dissolving. And it smells nicely like fresh yeast. If it smells like бабушка's basement, start from beginning. Mix it up. Start adding rye flour. Small mist is good, heavier not so much. Mix it up again. Keep adding more until consistency of thick kefir is achieved. Or light sour cream. Anything other than that is пиздец. Nice. Start in one place and cover it up. Cover it like you're trying to hide Stalin's gold. And go back to sleep. Because this process takes 10 hours. Making black bread is noisy task, but getting the meat inside even harder. But no problem, cameras will show you. First thing is stop that you have made. It should be bubbling, even foaming on top after 10 hours. Because the yeast, the rebel yeast, was having 10-hour rocket party. So now take some 10 spoonfuls of this stuff and boom! Next time you already have bread started. Smash into fridge for safekeeping and hopefully label it as well, unless you live long. There is a million ways you can use black bread. You can find about 500,000 on this channel. And the other half, not important, 4 tablespoons of sugar and 1 tablespoon of salt. I think, yes. Do not mess that up, actually put the wrong amount in description one time, people get very mad. Now what this is black bread syrup. If you do not have this in store, no problem, just add some more sugar. But 100 grams of this syrup will give a very nice taste. Cumin, fuck, I don't know. A big fistful of that as well. 1 tablespoon of powdered coriander, which is one of those things you always see in store or in бабушка's house. And you always think, what the блять is that used for? Well, this is what it's used for. Making black bread. Some strong, mainly black bread by Papi Porek. And you will also need 4 big tablespoons of malt flour or malt powder, I don't know. English hard language, everything sounds same. If you want, you can add some seeds inside. But I say, why waste perfectly good семечки when you can just eat them? And it is all for now, mix it well. And remember, black bread, it is not sweet, it is not salty, it is just a bit sour. And that is why it goes very well with everything. Dr. Sausage, mayonnaise, some spreads on top, maybe you want to eat caviar, or maybe some salted pig fat. You want to make garlic rye bread, this is what you need. Want to make kvass? Black bread is required. So once the mixture no longer looks like a welcoming mat to hell, it is time to start adding in more rye flour. And mix again. You see, making black bread is no harder than driving ladder. Well, blindfolded, in trunk. And because it is such multi-tool, you can sell some to your neighbor, to some friends, then word gets out and boom, you're a rich man. End of month, never again. We put small piece of meat inside, integrate like KGB operative. Make it taste like Slav heaven, but with meat. It is true that black bread making dates back to Stone Ages. But since we have progressed into the later stages of the second renaissance, we are rotating recipe with fancy meat injection. I get to that very soon. But for now, keep mixing. I see, this is done. The type of meat you eat inside is up to you. I do not care. As long as you use proper knife to cut it, it's okay. Small tiny cubes are nice, but not too small. You want to feel it in your mouth. Some black sea extract on top and we are happy. This amount makes 2 breads, so we butter holes punched into sheet metal. Or how you call this in English, cake tin. A bit of lubrication, never bad idea. The fuck is this? And when I'm going to make normal bread, so you know what is going on, this way you have small comparison. Despite this looking like some kind of accident, be sure not to overfill. No more than half of the tin is needed. And yes, now we introduce the pork. This is high quality, salted, smoked beef. No, pork, it costs very much around here. And people wonder where I put the Patreon money. If you happen to be a very big fan of Slav food, you can caramelize onions and smash those inside as well. But for me, I think there is flavor enough. Aha, you see, I put too much. But we solved this problem with the genius mind of the Boris. If there is anyone still having doubts about my cooking skill, then I hope this resolves any of those doubts. Boom! 2 breads, 1 with meat, 1 is not. And some in muffin form you can feed to your dog or girlfriend. Cover it up with blanket lid, sit in warm room for 2 hours. Nice. Опа! Now that is some legendary looking bread. Shit, I should sell this, make some money. Step number 575. Activate your stove and turn the CRT to 473 Kelvin and let it heat up before you put something in. Only once your furnaces achieve the required temperature should you put in the bread and the muffins if you're feeling experimental. Take this time to clean up your kitchen or don't. The muffins take about 25 minutes and the bread about 40. The bread is ready when there is crust on top. If you smell burning, you have gone too far. Start all over again. Let it sit under blanket for 5 more minutes. This gives the bread time to think about what it is going to be and for you to think about what you want it to be. Ladies and gentlemen, what we have produced today is nothing short of perfection. The bread is ready. In other words, it is dinner time. So, to award yourself, eat this warm bread with a fat stick of butter. It does not even need any salt on top, because meat inside already good enough. Who knows, maybe you have some smart sausage left over. You make yourself a sandwich and completely forget that this bread took 3 whole days to make. But блин, it is good. If you have the supplies, I definitely suggest eat with spreads. Any kind of spread you can find. Whole spread in brine, my favorite. And some slices of boiled egg on top. If you're ever looking for taste experience, trust me, this is what you need in your life. Just fucking amazing. Of course, for the putty protein enthusiast, there is the Dr. Sausage approach. A thick slice, of course a small touch of mayonnaise on top, and boom! We have the classic butterbrot. Or if you're lazy and you do not have time to make beans, then believe it or not, black bread goes very well with babushka's jam, because black bread is multi-tool. Well, my friends, this has been fun, by far the longest recipe I have ever made. Write in comments what food you want to see me do next. But until then, I say thank you for watching, stay cheeky-breaky, and I will see you next time.